Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Life Coach Shaun Joya from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for sane parenting. These coaching conversations are for all of the parents out there who are wanting to create a peaceful and harmonious relationship at home with their children, with other people in their space. And my mission is to be able to help parents to understand themselves so they can understand their children. The more that you know about yourself, the more that you get to learn about who you are, you get to learn about all of the things that you do, why you do what you do in the first place. That just changes the way that we see things. All right. Thank you for joining me live today. And please leave your digital footprints in the comment section below. So just put it in there so that I know and we know you're there, you're watching us, you're joining us. Maraming salamat for taking your time in this, cold weather. It's cold weather today. Please do tag your friends and circulate these videos to help us reach more people and individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing to you this session. You may also give a shout out to the people out there, especially for the parents out there, your friends, your relatives, if they have children, and we can start helping them out, being a better parent, and they can have their children share their insights, share their thoughts, their ideas with them. I think it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful world in which children are super comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas to their parents. So give them some inspiring message out there. Give them a shout out. Tell them that, hey, come and join us. It's a wonderful morning. Let's have a conversation about parenting, right? If you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay in there. I am streaming via two mediums. Yeah, the first one is Facebook FB page of Life Coach Philippines, and also YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. Yeah, YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. If you are new to our platform, please follow, like, and subscribe to our page and also to our channel. Maraming salamat for joining me. Today, I'm gonna talk about perfection or progress. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, and 5 ways for us as parents to empower our children to learn and grow. How many of you seen or is seeing your child growing or progressing in their school? School activities, or maybe they have the projects that they're doing right now. How many are you? Or how about other, for the rest out there who is kind of struggling right now with their children? Maybe your children is not having that very very good grade. Maybe it's a line of 7. Yeah. Maybe that's a grade that you have, or maybe it's line of 8, but still you would want your child to be more and get more. If that is something that you want to be able to teach your children to be better, come in, happen, invite people in there so that we can bless more people in the digital space. uh, if this is the first time you're joining me, if this is the first time you're watching this face, if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, I am Coach Shaun Joya. I am a professional actively co-create life coach, and I'm also a certified mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And my focus is in the area of self leadership. And self leadership is our ability to be intentional on the way we feel and the way we think and the way we respond. And being intentional means that we have a clear vision, or we have a clear view of the kind of experiences that we want for ourselves and our family, and also the kind of relationship that we want to create for ourselves and our children too. That is something that I think intentionality comes your way to making sure that whatever happens, the results that you would want and the experiences that we would have would make your life meaningful and fulfilling. I've been a father for 19 years now. I've started my parenting journey as a father when I was 19 years old, so very, very early in my life. Currently, I have two children. They're now teenagers. My daughter is 19 years old, and my son is 15 years old, and they're doing very well with their academics. My daughter right now is a entrepreneur. She's now earning from her talent, and her talent is animation. That is one thing that it just allowed us to be in the state of blessing in which she's doing what she loves and she's loving what she does. And our son, he's now 15 years old, but currently have two options to where he wants to go. Either going to be a 3D modeling artist or a automotive engineer. So we'll see what how he progresses, and that's is where really life coaching has allowed us to help him. To help them find where they want to go, and what I'll be sharing to you today is some of the experiences that I have, and I learned that things that I've learned as I progress, proven that it works as long as you follow it. If you need any help during this session, just feel free to message me. I'll be happy to support you and give you some insights on how you can help it. And also, maybe I can share some toolkits with you that you can start utilizing for you to have a better relationship with your children. Currently, right now, you're joining us for Coaching Think Talk. We currently have 18 professional certified actively co-create life coaches from Life Coach Philippines who are serving you every day at 10 a.m., at 2 a.m., at 2 p.m., and at 4 p.m. So every day, that's three coaching sessions, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. Just take a look at Life Coach Philippines, take a look at the events in there, and see who's up for that day and what topics are they be or will they be sharing with you that would help you move towards your creating a better life for yourself, and also creating a better relationship with other people. If you are looking for a community, if you're looking for a group or a tribe who are also parents and want to create an effective parenting partnership with their children, join me. Just search in the FB search button there, in there function in there, effective parenting partnership. That is the group that I created for parents, as I've said, who can know themselves more, so that they can know their children more. That is where really my heart is, in prevention. I believe that prevention is better than cure. If we can prevent our children being affected in their mental health, lowering down their mental fitness, if we can start helping them at the early onset rather than having that intervention, I think that's a lot better. But of course, if your children is already in there, they have a mental condition already, and they need support of life coaches, there are life coaches in here that will come in. Yeah, and Coach Tin is my better half, and Coach Marife is also the one that's also helping with parents. If you need support in there, just let us know. Feel free to message us. We'll be happy to support you if your children is undergoing some mental challenges in there and you need support. All right. For those men out there, or for the spouses out there, if your husband is looking for a page that would allow them to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, they achieve success in their life, but they feel that there's something more that they can do. There's something more that they want to achieve. There's something more that is there, but can't seem to find it out. Can't seem to have a clearer understanding in it. And you want your spouses to have a deeper connection with your children, just search me in there, Inspired Fidelity, where I empower men to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired and live a meaningful and fulfilling life. That is where I want to help men out there, that at the end of the day, when they are clear of what a day to die for is, that when they see that day, they would say, hey, I'm okay to go home, and you know I'm done. My mission here in this world is done. So that's something that your spouse is currently looking for. Just have them follow me. I upload their videos um, every Monday, Wednesdays, or in Fridays. That's what I upload in there, so that to help people get inspired on what they need to do. If you want to connect with me on a personal level, of course, just feel free to search my name, Shaun Chong De Hoya. That is my name in Facebook. Feel free to add me up and let's have a conversation. All right. So let's begin. Do you agree with this? Perfectionism, if you think about perfectionism hinders children to take risks. Not just children, even us at times, when we are too perfectionist about the things that we want to do, the things that we want to have a result with, it tends to limit us from being more. It doesn't allow us to stretch ourselves more because we don't want to make mistakes, and we don't want to make errors or take errors. That is something that perfectionists have. And as a parent, if you think about it, and I was reflecting on it, I was reflecting on this topic and understanding what perfection is all about. As parents, we always want to see our children go to the top, right? We want them to be in the top of the exam results. We want them to be number one if they can. We want them to be number one in their section, be on the top in there. Or we want them to have or be on the top of their jobs. And we want the best for them. But this perfectionism mentality at times that we tend to push our children to their limits, I'm asking them to have a line of 9 grade, asking them to do this, asking them to have different projects, asking them to do as such. It's really affecting the way that the children see themselves. And at times our heart is to see them successful, to see them, competing, to see them being better than before. But are they really enjoying those moments in which they're having time, a wonderful time doing the activities that they have? Or they're just fearful that if they're not able to achieve such status, such numbers, you as a parent would get disappointed. So, in all the things that our children do, is it really about competition? Is it about really being on top? In a study, experts tend to define perfectionism as a combination of excessively high personal standards and overly critical self-evaluation. Yeah, the way that you see yourself. It's being so self-critical of who you are. And they say that there are three kinds yan, of being a perfectionist. I won't go through this detail. I'll have a talk at this in the future. The first one is self-oriented perfectionism, which is having a high personal standard. Like you put that standard for yourself. That you want this, you need to be this, you need to be that, and so on and so forth. So you put that high standards in you. Number two is other oriented perfectionism, which you expect others to be perfect, that they shouldn't be making mistakes, that they shouldn't be making errors, that they shouldn't be doing this, they shouldn't be doing that. That is other oriented perfectionism. And the third is socially prescribed perfectionism. I'm going to talk about this in detail this morning. This means that other people expect the individual to be perfect. So I think you kind of get where I'm going at, right? As a parent, we expect our children to be perfect. We expect our children to be better at all of the things that we do. At times we have this also thinking that, hey, I wasn't able to achieve this, so I want my children to be like that because that's something that I haven't achieved. But I know my children can do it, so I'm going to push them until what's left of them. Or maybe someone who's a parent who is an engineer, who's a nurse, who's this, who's an architect, business and so on, and they expect the children to be as such, doing the things that they're doing and pushing them and pushing them and pushing them to the brink of, separating the connection. Based on this research, perfectionism can severely impact our mental and physical health. In a recent study conducted by Thomas Curran, which is a lecturer of the Department of Health in the University of Bath in the United Kingdom, and also Andrew P. Hill of York St. John University, also in UK, the authors explained that socially prescribed perfectionism is the most, I emphasize, is the most deliberating of the three forms. because individuals would believe that their social context and the way they see themselves is excessively demanding. Like the expectation of other people or the society's expectation of them is so excessive that it just affects the way that they see themselves. And others would judge them harshly. Like some parents would compare their children to other children or their other siblings or their classmates at times, or maybe their tita and lola and lolo, you know. And they must continuously force themselves to display perfection to secure approval from the parents. And unfortunately, as they continue along securing this, getting approval in this, the parents seem not to be satisfied about the results. They would continuously push and push and push their children until the children starts experiencing anxiety and eventually depression, and worse, suicidal ideation of how they see themselves. And these are some of the mental health problems that's happening right now if we repeatedly enforce to our children about being a perfectionist person. Let me share to you a story. So our daughter now is 19 years old. When she was 16 years old, uh, we were attending a symposium about mental health. And after the symposium, one of the teachers, I think it was the guidance counselor, who approached us and told us that, hey, I think your daughter has, she's not feeling well. She's not thinking well. I think she needs help. She needs support. And we kind of have an idea that our daughter was not doing well. We kind of had an idea that mentally she's not okay. And during those times when the guidance counselor said that, hey, I think your daughter has depression. So, yeah, we Coach Rin and I talk about it. We went to a psychiatrist and uh, have her checked in there. And she was diagnosed with depression. And one of the reasons why she was so depressed is because she needed to meet a certain expectation of what we put in her, that she needs to have a good grade, she needs to have line of nine, she needs to be on stage, she needs to do this and so on and so forth, which put so much pressure in the child that we thought we're doing something great for the children, but in reality we weren't. We were just pushing her and pushing her and pushing her and pushing her to the brink of, having her mental health decline. And what I've learned in there, that as you continue on to put pressure in your children, because your children will continuously please you. They will continuously put their heart, their mind, their soul into it up until such time that they cannot do it. Because they're wanting something from you. They're wanting to have this affirmation from you as a parent. And they love you and they know that you love them. But the way that we're putting this pressure to our children is not helping them see life as beautiful as it is. There's one older study, for example, that found that over half of people who died, I'm going to talk about suicide here, were described by their loved ones as perfectionists. And I've seen that as well when my daughter would come into a space in which she's not able to show that result that, we put an expectation for her. She would be depressed. She would think about negatively about herself. She would be self-critical and all of this and this. And at times she would just want to end it all, which is a saddening scene to see, by the way. And I started to think about it, that what are the things that we're really allowing our children to do is really helping them become a better person, or it's just making it worse for them. There's also another study that found that more than 70% of young people who died by suicide were in habits of creating exceedingly high expectations of themselves. And you would think, Coach, where is this expectation coming from? Because we feel as a parent that we didn't force our children to be as such. Maybe you know someone who's a parent that's saying that. Well, the question is, are you giving all of the time, the attention, and the connection to your children? Because maybe them working and being perfectionist is a way for them, for you to notice them. And they would say, hey, mom, dad, I'm here. I'm doing something great. Can you just pause a while and appreciate my work? When was the last time you did that? That you were really intentional about sitting down with your children, talking to them, looking at the work that they're doing, and really pausing and caring for them, appreciating the work that they have. You're removing the self-critical aspect of life as well, because as a parents, we have this critical side as well. But telling them they're doing it great, they're doing something good, and they can continue to invest on their energy and time and attention until they master it. They become proficient and master it. Toxic perfectionism seems to hit young people particularly hard. And I wanna impress that in your heart. The toxic perfectionism starts at a young age. It doesn't start at work. It starts at home. And as a parent, we need to be intentional about how our children, or how we want to see our children. The research states that 30% of undergraduate students experience symptoms of depression, and perfectionism has been widely associated with this symptom. If you want to hear or read through this article, just let me know. I can share this with you. You can read through it. So, what is more important as a parent? Is perfectionism more important than progress? That is my question to you. Your children might be continuously having these good grades, 90, 95, 98, maybe 99, if that is something that you would want. But who are they becoming in the process? I say the progress, not perfection. You know, isn't about saying that you should just settle or not have any aspirations. I'm not saying that. At times people would be saying, but coach, how is my son or daughter would improve if they're not moving towards perfectionism? Hey, can we just help them to be masters of the things that they do rather than being perfect? Because I believe that if you want to help your children be masters of their talents, be master of a skill, they need to be progressing forward. They need to be moving forward. And they need to be putting all of their best in there, putting in all of their effort in there. Even though at times you would say that, coach, the effort of my son is not in unison, or in alignment with what I think is this. Remember, your child is different than you. Totally different. Cannot compare your child to who you are, what you were, what you're doing. Because again, goes back to being a perfectionist. Because they see you as the parent who are perfect, and they try to mirror you. And every time they do something, instead of the parent saying that, hey, good job, you would say, that's not good enough. Do more. How do you expect the children to respond to you? And you would think, tamad ang anak ko. My child is not doing very well. Nagmana sila kay X. Why is that? Progress or perfectionism? Living with a harsh inner voice is not easy. Imagine having this, thinking that every single time you need to be perfect. I need to be good at this. I need my grades to be like this. I need to do this and so on, so that I can be appreciated. I can be acknowledged. I can be, positively reinforced. And the person will have harsh internal dialogue which is what I call self one. There are two selves that we have, self one and self two. Self one is the self critical one who always tells you and critical about the work and the results that you do. And self two is the real you, the one that has a dream, that's a vision, has a passion, has a talent, has a gift that they can't seem to get it out because the self-critical one is trying to protect them. You know, self-critical one is not bad. That that self one is not bad. That person is just only protecting you because the past experiences that the children have about themselves, they experience trauma, they experience this kind of conversation, and they don't want to have that experience again. So at the end of the day, you would just avoid at all costs, not do it anymore. But unfortunately, as the child continuously criticizes themselves, it the result is not good enough. No matter how hard, how deep, how no matter how they tried, it seems like they're not doing well. And eventually it moves to self-abuse, that they would abuse themselves. And they will find relationship that has the same experience. They constantly would say bad things about themselves and bad things about their capabilities, bad things about their capacity. So as parents, we need to start helping our children progress in their life. Not perfection. Perfection holds their ability to take risks. Progress rather than perfection. So as a parent, how can we help them? How can we help transitioning? How can we help support our children so that they won't move on towards feeling sad about if the results that that's expected of them is not being met? They feel hopeless. They would feel helpless. They would feel guilty or unworthy. Maybe they would experience anxiety. They become irritable at times when their things are not being met. Low energy, relentless. These are the things that would happen if children would continue and continue to please the parents, to please the parents, and the parents can seem to appreciate the small little progress of their children. Who are the children becoming? Are they becoming what you dreamed dream them to become? Or are they becoming someone who just will people please others, who will comply to the societal norm, who will just say yes to everything just to be or to feel accepted? You have a choice right now as a parent. So, what choices are you trying to do? So, today I will share to you just five simple ways that you can start doing to empower your children to learn and grow. And with this empowerment, my hope and my prayer is it would help you start having that deep sense of connection with your children, that your children will not just do the things that you're asking them to do to please you, but they're doing this because they know that every time they progress, they get that affirmation from you that, hey, I'm doing something great. I'm doing something fun. I'm doing something that my parents love me for, other than just finding different other things to please you, which you cannot be pleased because at times the parent don't know what they want anyway. So 5 ways to empower our children to learn and grow. I hope you're still there. Number 1, listen to your child. Come on, parents. Listen to your child. Listen to their moods. Don't just listen to the words that they're uttering. Listen to what they're not saying. The things that are not being said are the language that we need to start understanding. I mean, really just stop, pause, drop everything what you're doing, and have a conversation. Engage, have a conversation. Ask them, you know, ask powerful questions. Find out what's upsetting them. Find out what makes them joyful in the things that they're doing. Even at times things will be challenging, you can still ask them, hey, What's one thing that you enjoy with that work? Yeah, I know it's challenging. I know it's difficult. I know it's taxing. But what's one thing in there? Then have that conversation with them so that they understand. Hey, my parents, yeah, my parents understand me. They hear me. They hear what I say. I don't say, which is a powerful feeling. Number two is give your child a voice. That's how to empower your children to learn and grow. Give your child a voice. Let them pick what they want. Let them pick what they want and remove your biases. Remove the biases that you have, that your children needs to be like this, you needed to be like that, and so on. Allow them to explore, allow them to find their own way. And you being there to support them, and you can hold hands with them if you want to, if they need hold handing, but they need to be the one driving. They need to be the one making the choice. Imagine when the day comes that God calls you, diba? Or when your time in this world ends, and you continuously have this parenting style in which you guide or you tell your children what to do. Imagine what would happen when you're gone. What would happen to your children? Then they would also find a partner who has the same kind of thinking mindset, and the partner would just instruct their child to do things. So that's something that you really want your children to be. Number three, teach your child what to avoid. Yeah. Teach your child what to avoid. I'll explain this. This is a one of the mental model that is called inversion. Maybe you're familiar with this. This is the one that Charlie Munger uses. And what Charlie Munger said here, that all I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I'll never go there. So teach your children to avoid things that would, affect them in their growth, in their progress, in their career, in their life, to not be achieving the success that they want in their life. And if you're interested knowing more about mental models, feel free to message us. Master Coach A is doing or having this Be Learning e-card, which every month we have a mental model masterclass, which allows you to have a deeper understanding of how people think, which you can utilize this, by the way, to help your children. If that is something that you're interested about, feel free to message us. You see the number there on the screen, 0917-586-1661. If that is something that you want to take advantage of, and I tell you how powerful it is if you do take advantage of it. So feel free to message us about mental models. It just changes the way you have a conversation with your children. It's a powerful thing. All right. Number four is allow your child to take risks. Come on, give your child an opportunity to take risks. Trust your child to explore their environment. Allow them to do what they want. Allow them to do something that would spark being courageous about things. Because when you're teaching your children to be courageous, eventually they build their confidence because they know how, okay, I'm progressing, I'm improving. Rather than being perfectionist of not showing their work, even though it's not completed yet, that they would just hide them there. We have our child like that. Our child was hiding these beautiful things in her work, and even though it's just starting, it's so beautiful. And our children don't see my child didn't see that, because what she said sees is it's not yet perfect. So we needed to get them out of that kind of mindset that, hey, it's okay, because people these days don't want perfection. They need something or someone that's authentic, positively authentic, and sincere about the work that they do, because they're doing it for something that would help individuals be courageous and confident in what they do in their life, in their relationship. And lastly, parents, pay attention. Yes, we're reading you. Thank you, JKLOA. I can't pronounce your name. We're doing this. Thank you very much for joining there in YouTube. Thank you, thank you. Number five is negatively kills. Yeah, choose your words wisely. For the parents out there, choose your words wisely. Negativity kills your child's soul. Negativity kills your child's soul. Every time we tell them bad things, every time we tell them negative things, every time we tell them not so good things, it really cuts their souls and their hearts. Imagine hearing your parents telling you not so great things. How would you feel about that? Can you remember a moment with which your mom told you something and you got hurt? You want your children to experience those things? Like they're dumb, they're stupid, they're not worthy, they can never do the things that you're asking them to do. I mean, why is that? Why would we allow ourselves and our children to be struggling? We need to start really changing the way and stop calling these things and dumping them with these things. JKLOA, in life coaching, what really needs to come out here is the heart. It's the heart to serve other people. Like for parents, I'm a professional life coach. I've been a life coach for 3 years, and one of the things that I've learned, if you want to be able to really connect with your children and even with yourself and other people, you need to find out who you are. You need to find out what's in there with you, because all of the things that we're thinking about in our life came from our past experiences, and when we start being aware of all of these things that we're thinking about, all of these things that's happening in our life, we start acknowledging that, hey, it's there, and that is where things start changing. Things change. You could throw in a lot of different things in there, but I hear you. If you need support, just let us know. We're here. If this is the last moment that we would be able to talk to you, and you're looking for a community, you're looking for a tribe that really cares, you know call me whatever you want, but if that is the community that you're looking for, just come in. Let us help you, let us support you. If this is the last time that we will talk, let us support you. Just join us in our community. We'll be happy to support you and journey with you. I believe that we need to be teaching our kids self-compassion. Self-compassion is not hurting other people. Maybe you're hurt. Maybe you've been hurt by your parents. Maybe you've been hurt by other people. Maybe you've been trying to look for a community that would support you, but you're not getting that. People don't understand you. But as a parent, you need to teach your children self-compassion. You need to teach your children that whatever happens, you can still create a better life for you, even though there's a lot of different things that happen in your life already. I mean, you can still do that. Just find the right space that you are celebrated but not tolerated. And that is where self compassion comes in. Teach your children self kindness. Be kind to yourself. Be kind in your conversation. Be kind on these things that are not helping the individual, because they down themselves. They tell themselves that they're not adequate, they're not appropriate, they're not able to adjust. But there's an avenue for you. You can help them remove this perfectionism and control the things that is not serving them. JK, that can happen. I have a kid who has depression, and she's doing well. And it can happen. Just find the right community. And you're welcome here. We would be glad to help you. Just let us know. Connect with us. Coach Tin is messaging you right now. If you need support, just let us know. Let us know. We'll be happy to help you. Teach your children to regulate their thoughts and thinking about themselves. And the only way for you to teach your children to regulate that is to help them express their thoughts so that you can process them and they can understand the way that they think. That is it. And coaching, I tell you, being certified from a credible institute, Life Coach Philippines has been so blessed. We've been so blessed about that. it has been a blessing to us. It has changed the way I see my relationship with my children. I'm not perfect. um, I've been in the corporate for 14 years. My focus is mostly at my work, and I tended to have a lack of interaction with my children. And I needed to change that because I realized how critical it is as a parent to change first, so that the children would change. And so far, by far, it has been a wonderful journey, and I, it's a fulfilling experience where you see your children becoming better. So it's possible. Just find the right space. So for those who's joining out there, you would think, okay, coach, what is life coaching? You've been sharing about life coaching for the last couple of minutes up there. How can life coaching help me as a parent? Well, I'll give you just four simple ways on how coaching can help you. Number one is improve lines of communication. Life coaching would help you improve your lines of communication and the way that you express yourself and your children express with you. At times we get triggered by some of the words, some of the interaction, but when you understand the child that, hey, this is the only time, that the way that I can express right now, if you feel that this is not working for me, then let's calibrate a little bit. That's number one. Number two is reestablish positive family relationship. Reestablish family relationship. Positive family relationship. Have a conversation. Have positive conversation. Don't just tell them about all of this trash, putting and throwing it trash here and there. Remove those trash. Have a positive conversation, a family relationship. The conversation would just fill the soul of the individual. Number three is build confidence and self-efficacy in parents and children. That's how life coaching would help. That they be confident about themselves, that they'd be confident that my parents are really supporting me, that my parents are there, that my parents, even though at times I screw up, things are not doing well, they're there. They can support me. And lastly, life coaching would allow you as a parent, if you want to be certified as a life coach, become or develop problem solving skills and creativity skills. Because at the end of the day, all of us want to be empowered to solve our own problem, right? I think you and me would want that as well. That when we grow old, hey, we can support, we can do that. It's something that we can still do. We can problem solve that, and we can be creative. That whatever happens, we will continue on and move forward. So for those of you who's interested in joining, for those who's watching, thank you very much for those who's joining. I appreciate you giving your thoughts in there. We appreciate it. We'll connect with you if you have any questions. For those individuals who intend to embark on the journey of becoming a certified life coach like us, it has been a blessing to us to be certified as a life coach. Even though you don't want to professionalize this, you just want to utilize this as an avenue for you to become a better person, to help other people, to help your children, to help, friends and loved ones. Join us. Join us in the certification program. It's good. The people who will certify is Master Coach A. She's offering the Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program. This is the most comprehensive approach to learning and mastering coaching as an active process. It's an active process of creating new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21 days web-based learning and a 3 days live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and also a 3-day business bootcamp. So if you want to monetize this the right way, if you want to monetize life coaching the right way, BS whatsoever, go ahead. Just ask the question in there. We'll answer you. Uh, it will help you a lot. The program package also comes with many other bonuses. Just connect with Coach Rosel on the number that you see on the screen, 0917-586-1661. The number is in the Philippines. So if you're not going to call, just feel free to message us here at Life Coach Philippines. If you are in the other part of the world, just let us know to discover opportunities waiting for you in this profession. Of course, if you are a parent, if you want to learn more about how you can improve and develop your parenting skills, just feel free to connect with me. Search in Facebook, Effective Parenting Partnership. I post in there daily regular learnings for you on how you can help your children express themselves. That's that, you know, how it could help. Just let us know in there. Do you need a coach? If you are looking for a coach, you feel that life coaching is not for you yet, just let us know. 5 things that would, just a checklist that I would give you would help you if you need help with behavior problems, if you want to find ways that would address issues as aggressions and sibling rivalries and defiance, just let us know. That is something that you need a coach with. If it's stress related parenting issues, if you're stressed right now, maybe your children are unruly, maybe your children are see themselves as, something that would just make noises from just to get attention. Children these days, they would do a lot of different things to disrupt things just to get attention. And to be able to help the children, just give them attention, even though at times they're saying not so great things. And that's okay. We would help you there. Number 3 is develop mental activities and strategies to support your children on their emotional level, on their social developments, on the way that they respond, on the way they message other people, if it's something that's respectful, right, to others. Because at times, the way that they speak is not respectful for themselves. The other person is not really affected. It's really them who sees themselves low. And if you want someone to help them, then just do so. And maybe you're a parent, you're transitioning right now. Maybe you've quit the corporate world. Maybe you're starting in the corporate world. Maybe you have another children, another child out there and you need support. The best way for you to support it, just feel free to message us. And also practical problems that you need solution with. That is something that would help you. We would be able to help you and guide you towards creating a plan to address childcare issues. Maybe your child is unruly. Maybe your child has been using these words that hurt themselves more than others. This is something that we would be able to help you with that. So if you need a coach, if one of this is something that you have a check with, just let us know and we'd be happy to support you in your journey of becoming a better parent. All right? As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we're doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. If you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card, let me invite you to be personally to become a mental model collector. I am part of the mental model collectors. I'm member number 11. Like us, and be part of the Be Learning Society, the tent maker of the Be Learning home for mental fitness. As a Be Learning e-card holder, if that is something that you want to invest on, you'll enjoy a 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic and a full access pass for the live monthly mental model masterclass by Master Coach A, plus a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So it's value for money, and I would tell you, you can really help, you can really help yourself and help other people as well in the process, because at times people just need to be heard. They just need to be heard. They just need to feel that they're there, that they're living. And, giving them attention helps a lot. And it helps them at least see that, hey, there's still some hope in here that I can do better. If you are new to the concept of mental model, a mental model is an explanation of how something works. It is a concept, a framework, or a worldview that you can carry around in your mind to help you interpret the world and understand the relationship between different kind of things. The mental model are deeply held beliefs about how the world works for you, and how the world works in general. And why mental models are so important? Well, because by building up a base of your most valuable and universal mental models, you are building your chunks of knowledge that you use and that for the rest of your life. So mental models are a critical category of knowledge that gets more relevant over time and can be applied across a wide array of different domains. The next mental model masterclass is going to be next month on August 21st at 7 p.m. This is Philippine time. And Master Coach A will discover the polymath mental model and learn how you can combine your skills and become the superstar in your field. So if math is your problem and you need to combine a lot of different skills to be good at math, just feel free to join us. Discover the polymaths will win this 21st century on how the polymaths will win you, especially in this 21st century and during this pandemic. So register now. Connect with Coach Giselle through 0917-586-1661. All right? Do join us for another coaching conversation later. At 2 p.m. with Coach Nords for coaching for intentional living. And at 4 p.m., it's going to be Coach C for coaching for unbarrenness. Just let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to message us. Feel free to message us here at Life Coach Philippines. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you have some coaches in there that's reaching out for you. Just let us know if you have any questions. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful journey. It has been a wonderful moment. This journey is a continuous improvement. You know, put in there some love in yourself. Sometimes the word that we utter is just how we see the world right now and how we see ourselves. And we can change if we want to. You can say a lot of different things in your life, but if you really want to change, you want to be better, you want to create a better life, you want to have true friends, really friends that really trust you, let us know. We'll be happy to help you. Once again, I am Life Coach Shaun De Hoya. Thank you very much for joining from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. And if you have any questions, feel free to connect with us. Labang boom, labang boom, labang boom. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.